Welcome back, YouTubers, to another WWE Raw review with us, the British Fist.
Ka-ching!
Sorry about the delay, people, with me and my speech, but I am Mr. Parkin, and this guy is NJ.
What's up?
Like a little remix I did there.
It's very good indeed.
Make sure you guys subscribe above, like this video, and comment your thoughts on this episode of Monday Night Raw down in that comment section below.
Make sure you contact us in the links in the description box below.
Yes, and also to our friends on Facebook, make sure you join the British Fish Universe Facebook group, which we'll put in the description box down below. Right, so this week's Raw, we find out next week we're going to have a 3-hour special, the Slammies. Now, this is interesting and all, but does it have to be on a go-home show when the real focus should be on the pay-per-view?
Well, a quick spoiler for this review. Again, with the amount of build we got for the pay-per-view tonight, it weren't really enough, so we did have to tune in next week to give us more build. Before it being the Slammies as well, it might take away the build of TLC, which is going to be a problem. Which
is what I'm scared of. It's a 3-hour special, but, you know, I guess 3 hours might be enough, but I still don't think they've done enough to hype this pay-per-view yet. And another thing, was it me or did this show reek of last-minute writing and WWE really panicking and thinking, oh shit, what are we going to do for this pay-per-view?
There was parts in this I thought, oh, this is actually turning out to be a good Raw, but as we get to it, you'll see that it was pretty much last minute.
Well, we'll find out though, shall we? We opened up this week with a simultaneous appearances from John Cena, Del Rio, Ziggler, and Miz. Both all putting out their feelings towards a possible WWE title shot, which leads to an announcement of matches by John Laurinaitis. It was a long segment, but I guess with 4 people coming out, it kind of needed to be long with them all putting across their case and the matches being made.
And the way it looked, you could pretty much predict what was going to happen anyway, because all these guys kind of having their say, talk about Cena, talk about the championship, you knew what was coming eventually.
Yeah, we had, like I said, we had John Laurinaitis coming out and saying that they'll each face a SmackDown superstar, and the winners, if they win the match, they'll get involved in the match at TLC in the title shot. So I guess we got 4 definite matches tonight, some hype for the main event. I thought this opening segment achieved it. It could have been a little bit shorter in my opinion, and maybe should have had CM Punk in it, maybe, I guess, but it's nice to see they're focusing on guys like Ziggler in the openers and, like, you know, the challenges, get some pay-per-view hype going at least.
Well, the way I see it is that it was a good opener. The length was okay because the rest of the night maybe lacked a few things here and there. But it gave us a possible build-up to a match for the pay-per-view, so I thought it was effective.
Yeah, after that opener, we get probably what I feel is probably the best booked segment of the night, in my opinion. We have Miz versus Randy Orton. If Miz won this match, it'd go through to the WWE title thing. And I think this segment here is an example of simple booking equals more effective booking, in my opinion. Because you had Barrett interfering and costing Orton the match, be a count out, so no one has the job. Miz gets the win and goes through. It was very simply done and carried on one storyline and carried on one guy to, you know, TLC pay-per-view.
Well, the way I like it, every time that Orton has a match, Barrett gets involved, which is definitely hyping up the screw jobs, the match leading up to their match, the pay-per-views. I thought it was nicely done there.
Just need the match announced now, don't we? But Miz is through, and, you know, I think this is probably the most effective segment of the night, in my opinion. No one had to job. We still got the continuous of the storyline. It was a decent segment.
Again, for an opening match, I thought it was nicely done. The right guy won, and it was pretty much led to something possible later on.
I felt the match could have gone on a little bit longer, but I'm pretty happy with this segment. Best segment of the night, in my opinion. We had the announcement of the WWE Network. It's going to be debuting on the 1st of April, 2012. And I have a question for you, NJ. Are you going to watch it or buy it? Or?
Well, there's parts of it that seemed really interesting. Like, it was talking about the history of the WWE, which would have been great to see. Then it talked about this, like, house WWE thing. I thought that was kind of
Legends
stupid.
in a house or something.
Yeah, some kind of reality TV thing. I thought that was pretty pointless. So most of it I'm looking forward to, but some of it no.
I guess like having the old matches and stuff there might be a good attraction for an old school fan such as myself. So next we have a couple of backstage segments. We have the announcement that we're going to be getting Cena versus Ryder in a match announced for later tonight. Okay, we have if whoever wins this, if Cena wins, he gets a WWE title shot. If Ryder wins, he gets a US title shot. We'll go on to more about that later because this leads to something. And we also get the announcement from David Otunga that it's going to be Nash versus Triple H in a ladder match where the sledgehammer is going to be hanging at the top, and the person who gets the sledgehammer down can use it. Is it me, or is this reek of the old WCW Vince Russo match booking?
Because the way I look at it is a stupid booked idea, because under the ring, there's not going to be just one sledgehammer, there's bound to be a backup one. So to be honest, I think this match is just pointless. You're giving a ladder match to the wrong 2 wrestlers, and to be honest, as much as it's a Triple H match, I love it, I look forward to see his return. It was just a horrible match booked.
And Triple H wasn't on this show either tonight, so that's, I don't know. We'll go on to the next match. Next we had Alberto Del Rio versus our Money in the Bank winner Daniel Bryan. Couple of things here. Number one, Michael Cole, please stop burying Daniel Bryan. It's not helping him at all. I mean, he hasn't had enough build as it is, and you're burying him. My God.
And to be honest, even though he's already buried and trying to climb his way back out, you're like saying at the top of the hill and pushing him back down. So to be honest, he's not really going anywhere.
You know what? They really tried to sell the fact that Daniel Bryan had an injury in this match, but Del Rio beat him in 2 minutes and qualifies for the title match. I'm like, I know we've moaned before about the build for Daniel Bryan, but God, does this really epitomise it? He loses in 2 minutes clean to Alberto Del Rio. I'm just like, wow.
At the end of the day, we all knew Daniel Bryan was going to lose, but if he was going to lose, it should have been in a longer length match, just so he has some of his rebuild up to be a strong character in the main event. But they didn't give him that.
At least play to the injury more if you're going to do something like that. I mean, I don't know. This just they're burying Daniel Bryan again. It's just, God, it's getting incessant now, isn't it?
Yeah, indeed.
Divas match. Now, usually we would do the tea time. Usually we would have someone else come in and do the tea time segment here, but we just need to talk about this, you know, because we haven't talked about Divas segment in a while on Raw because of the tea time guys. But what the fuck is with the Divas division at the moment? Why does Kelly roll up Beth in 1 minute? What is that supposed to achieve going towards anything, including the pay-per-view?
Oh, I don't know, Dan. Anyway, yeah. When it comes
Are you for the tea time guy?
No, I just had a thing in my throat. With Beth Phoenix, come on. If you look at her past matches in the past years, you've seen that she's a dominant diva, a great knockout, and to be honest, you've really not ruined her character. So WWE, book her better, because she's meant to be a champion that we all can all get behind once again.
Really. Kelly and Eve Torres versus Beth Phoenix and Natalya. We had this whole pin-up strong segment, which I thought was going somewhere until they had the It Begins thing interrupt it, which I guess, I don't know. But Kelly rolls Beth up. It's like, what the fuck? What does this lead to? What's he doing?
I don't know. I look at Beth Phoenix now and think she's not the diva that she used to be. And in this match, I had a feeling they were going to screw the Divas of Doom. But did you really have to do it? You could have proved me wrong. But thanks for WWE.
Divas division sucks right now. Let's get to the Hour main event after that. The Hour main event, we had a social experiment. John Cena versus Zack Ryder, and I think this was supposed to be done to see who would get the most cheers. And then, to be honest, in this match, Cena got the most cheers than Zack Ryder.
Well, to be honest, I just thought the crowd was dead. Obviously, you had the chance to cheer Zack Ryder, to make them believe that Zack Ryder is someone that the crowd's behind, ready for his match if he gets at the pay-per-view, and it just didn't happen. This
was the start of bad booking, because why did these two need to go out there? Why does Ryder need to? Why did Ryder need to go through all this to get a US title shot? I mean, for example, this is a social experiment gone wrong, because firstly, none of them got a reaction. No one knows who to cheer for. You get a Rough Rider into the FU to get the victory. Then you have Cena going backstage because Ryder was, saying to him, you cost him the opportunity. And there's a match happens later. It's Ryder and Mark Henry that happens later on in the night. It's like, why do they need to go through this much to get Ryder his US title shot? Could they not just book it a little bit more simpler?
Well, the way I look at it, Zack Ryder was complaining, saying you took my one chance away, and that was right. Cena could have either just laid out for him, but then again, it all comes down to importance. John Cena is full of himself, he wants his shot at the title, and he weren't going to lose that. But then again, at the end of the match, he does get it taken away from him.
Yeah, but John Cena goes and tells Laurinaitis backstage that Ryder deserves another opportunity. This kid has worked his ass off on the internet. And John Laurinaitis said that Ryder will get another shot if Cena gives up his title shot. And he gives it up. I don't know what they're trying to do here. They're trying to get him face heat or something.
And this goes back to what we said at the beginning of the video, the rewrite in the last minute. To be honest, maybe they can think of another opponent for Cena to face. Maybe thinking, well, who could he face? Zack Ryder, give him some heel push. But it didn't happen. So to be honest, they really wrote that bit wrong in their book.
And what they wrote next was incredibly... Well, actually, no. Next we had a Kane vignette. The mask is going to be back, isn't it? I feel. It was a good segment.
The thing about this is that the only thing I didn't like, it was all about Kane, but then you see these video packages of Raw wrestlers and that. So to be honest, that wasn't needed. You just needed Kane. But all I can say is that this is really getting us ready for Kane's return.
This next match. Zack Ryder then has another opportunity against Mark Henry in a no DQ match. What the fuck? Why did they even need to go this far just to get Zack Ryder a US title shot? I mean, what? Why does he need to pin Mark Henry clean in 2.5 fucking minutes? Our world heavyweight fucking champion!
Because the big thing to say about this match is we have Ryder there, and the opponent he could have faced is Brodus Clay. You have many, again, this goes back to what we said all along, many opportunities to bring Brodus Clay in has lacked. And now you have him against Mark Henry, who, to be honest, he needs to be booked strong. I know he's already booked strong, but to go against Ryder, again, the whole make it DQ, no DQ and all that, just gave the match away.
They could have had Nash in the match and have Triple H cost him or something. I don't know. I mean, that's what you suggested off camera. You know, this is the thing. They try and make a big deal out of Mark Henry's injuries, but Zack Ryder has no right to be pinning Mark Henry in 2.5 minutes. And the worst thing is, Cena came out and gave the win for Zack Ryder. And it's like, this is last-minute booking to hell, isn't it? Last-minute booking. You can tell by the way they've done for all this. Why would they do all this? If they were just going to give Zack Ryder a US title shot, it would be a bit of simple booking, but they have to make it so damn complicated and last-minute written. It's
really horrible, because to be honest, now it's going to go down the books that Zack Ryder's beat Mark Henry, and it's just awful.
This could have been booked way differently, in my opinion, but that's just my opinion, I guess. You guys may love it, you Zack Ryder fans. You know, it really does beg the question now that Cena's out of the title picture, what the hell is he going to do at the pay-per-view? I mean, we saw him, like, multiple times tonight. What the fuck is he going to do at the pay-per-view now? Do we know?
To be honest, all the big guys that he could face are involved in something now. So, to be honest, either have Cena at the pay-per-view doing nothing, or just give him some kind of odd match.
Brodus Clay. Give him Brodus Clay. Have Brodus Clay squash the fuck out of him for his debut. That would be a great way to introduce him. Not that they're going to, because they delayed him again this week. Should we move on to the next segment?
Yeah, we should.
We have Kevin Nash in his first match in about, what, 9 years? Against Santino. I guess that carries on that promo segment they did a while back. It was a squash match. Wasn't it? 1 minute squash.
When I look at this match, again, yes, I know you can do it to Santino, but when Kevin Nash had his back turned to the ramp, I really thought, oh, he's going to jackknife him, the Triple H music's going to hit. But no, you delayed that. So to be honest, bringing Triple H into wrestling to give him hype ready for the pay-per-view, you've taken his one chance away for him to get about 2 weeks hype, and it's gone.
Because we need to see him at some point, don't we?
We do.
We need to see him at some point. And Kevin Nash looks as stiff as hell. Do I want to see him in a ladder match? Should this not have just been a singles match? Or maybe a street fight?
All it needed to be was just a single match for Triple H versus Nash. No stipulation of it, just a clean one-on-one match. A match that we've been waiting for to happen just to finish it off and Triple H to come up.
1 week to hype up this feud properly, and it's like, wow, what the fuck? Last minute panic mode for WWE. Next segment then, Dolph Ziggler versus Sheamus in a match which, if Dolph Ziggler won, he would have gone through to the the WWE title. I think we pretty much knew that Ziggler was going to lose this, and we pretty much projected that Zack Ryder was going to come out, because that's the only way they really could have hyped their match going into the pay-per-view, I imagine. The match went 5 minutes. It wasn't that bad. Ryder just comes out and distracts Ziggler to allow Sheamus to get the win.
It wasn't a bad match. It shows that Ziggler can... Well, I was going to say it lasted a long match. Because this match the amount of time that was coming towards the end of the night, it was really cutting down. And to be honest, this was going to be a short match, which is disappointing from these two wrestlers.
It is, because you do like to see these two in a long match, especially Dolph Ziggler, who really can show his skills in a long match. After you get so you get Sheamus getting in, Ziggler's not through to the WWE title, so he's going to be defending his US title, I imagine. And they might as well just get the belt off him, in my opinion. After the match, Ryder hits the Rough Rider. At least after all the bullshit we've gone through tonight with Zack Ryder, we're going to get the match at the pay-per-view.
It's taken long enough, but I think finally Laurinaitis can't wiggle his way out of this one. Zack Ryder's getting this match against Dolph Ziggler.
Yes, and I wonder what they're going to do at the pay-per-view with Sheamus as well. Anything planned for this guy? Where they have a
all I can really see, all I can see is Christian return, but again, I think Christian Sheamus should be finished by now.
Yeah. Right. So let's move on to the main event then. In the main event, we had our typical WWE title contract signing. We had the announcement from John Laurinaitis that it would be Mark Henry versus John Cena next week.
Woo! Where did that come from?
Yay, we don't know where that come from. But this is a match we can look forward to, I guess. Mark Henry kicking the crap out of Cena, that is.
What I want to quickly do is push the table to a side.
Okay,
let's go.
We have no table. The table's in front of us, brother. We had John Laurinaitis announcing that it will be a triple threat TLC match between Miz, Alberto Del Rio, and CM Punk. I am looking forward to seeing these three in TLC action. It's really amazing though how little interaction they've had like before now, and how WWE really rushed this main event title match, which really needs get a bit more build and planning.
Well, to be honest, it is a bit interesting because we've got 3 top wrestlers in this match, so it should be a somewhat decent match. And they all say that CM Punk is not going to walk out as the WWE champion,
which means he probably will walk out the champion. Yeah. We had decent interaction between all three. I thought the interaction between Miz and Punk was very good. I did enjoy that.
The Del Rio a bit delayed. They really didn't want to give him much mic time.
I'm Del Rio. I don't really want to. I don't get much mic time. You have all the mic time, don't you, NJ? Yeah.
And overall, again, it comes down to Punk saying his usual thing. Last time he had a contract, this all has to end with us battling each other. So if you can't get the job done, you've got to do it yourself. And he just takes them both out.
Yeah, he takes them both. This is a bit weird. The face taking out both the heels. Is it me or is CM Punk the newest member of the WWE Breakfast Club?
He's definitely getting there. He's definitely getting there now.
Oh, I don't know. I don't really know what to think of this main event. At least it set up the main event. It made it look like a big deal, I guess. Punk coming out on top of The Miz and Adoreo. It was a decent segment, I guess. Nothing really special. I did enjoy seeing Punk and Miz's interaction, though. I thought that would be that's a good feud to have maybe going into Rumble.
That's true, because we know that from the opener of tonight's show, we had The Miz doing great opening there. So great opening at the end, makes sense.
Overall thoughts on this Raw, then? I just want to get your thoughts on this.
Okay, it's a better Raw than what we normally get. Some of it was rewritten at the last minute, and I'm just thinking... It was disappointing because going to the show, I started to like it. Then it just got worse as it went on. But overall, I was somewhat entertained. It gave us pay-per-view hype, matches announced. So I'm quite happy with it.
We got some pay-per-view hype tonight. It was mainly concentrated on the WWE title match, which I didn't mind. We had a lot of wrestling tonight. We didn't have too many promo segments apart from at the beginning and the end. We got 3 matches announced. The WWE title, maybe the US title, I'm guessing. What other match did we get announced? I can't even fucking remember now.
Triple H one.
Oh, Triple H and Nash. So we had 3 matches announced, I guess. It was such a last-minute booked Raw, though, wasn't it? It felt that way. It felt that WWE were really panicking going in towards this pay-per-view. It really did.
And to be honest, I can't really say it was great Raw, but it got me entertained in some areas.
It was interesting, somewhat, wasn't it? Yeah. It was interesting somewhat, but sometimes you can get interesting, which is interesting. Sometimes you can get interesting, which is just plain stupid. For example, Daniel Bryan winning the fucking Money in the Bank. You know, I don't know. What's your grade? Do you want to give a grade, or just want to?
After the right wrestlers appearing on the show, it was an interesting Raw. I'm going to give it a C+ because we've got pay-per-view hype at the last minute, so I'm quite happy with that.
I still feel that WWE really should hype up a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe they're going to hype, really going into last-minute panic mode. The booking, some of the booking tonight was awful in my opinion. And the show was interesting to somewhat. I did enjoy the sort of innovative way they started it with the whole deciding who could be in the main event with the matches. I don't really know what to grade it, to be honest. D+, C-. I'm thinking it was entertaining, but some of the shit the booking and the last minute writing just lets it down a lot. It just really does. That's my opinion anyway. What do you guys think? Have anything more to say before we go on to that?
That's it.
No, that's it, is it? Okay, well, make sure you guys get your thoughts on this episode of Raw down in that comment section below. And I'm just going to leave you to our version at the British Fist here of The Rock.
Beep. Thank you very much for watching our video. And that has been it from the British Fist. Hopefully you've enjoyed Raw as much as we have. And all I can say now is tune in for SmackDown and TNA, which is coming obviously.
Yep.
And that has been it from the British Fist. Goodbye.